education is here in our country. Now, when a minor committed crime, what justice system will we going to use?
Can you elaborate what age that
Like 9 to 12 years old.
9, 12 years old? So I don't think 9 years old can commit crime by themselves. And they are able to discern on things that they've done. And the consequences that they have did is true because according to the brain is immature, 25 years old, not 9 years old.
How were you able to defend yourself that a 9 years old can commit a crime? As what I gathered a interview by the policeman in our own barangay TV, then one of the common topic there is that a 9 years old was caught in the act and a CCTV doing that ng lookup of tokens of only two child and 9 and 10 years old do that. So how would you able to stay on your stance that a 9 years old cannot do a crime with an own self?
Um, what the 9 years old is they have do they have family? Do they have homes? I mean, are they street children? Because
They
according to the studies that children will not do crimes because right from the start they have been protected because according to the studies children commit crimes because of poverty and dysfunctional family. So they don't do this because with pleasure. They are dysfunctional right from the start. Before they commit crimes, they are vulnerable. They suffered from dysfunctional family before.
with that, so they have a home, they have a parents, but those children commit a crimes because of what? They are influenced by the place, by the society, about their being able to want to play that in a computer. That's why a 9 year old can commit a crime with his by self.
In addition with that, the answer of my colleague, the first in school is our home. We must train up a child the way he should go, so that when he is old, he will not depart from it. And according to the psychological study of our psychologist, Jean Piaget, the Eric Erikson, that the taxonomy that the during that stage they were just a premature. They were just in their teenage stage. They were in the stage of learning. And as what I said earlier that 16 years old is in the stage of adulthood. The training will start at home, not in the school only. So the reason why many children right now will commit the crime because parents are not treating their child fairly and correctly. Thank you.
As you stated that a child cannot commit a crime, but that is why the bill is that is why that we are on the side to implement the bill because bill is not just about a child doing a crime but also to the syndicates and criminals who is using minors to commit a crime because they take advantage to the Republic Act 9344 because they know that child who is minor and commit a crime will not be penalized. That's why they keep using minors.
I will oppose to you with that. You mentioned using, right? So which means not the only the brain of the child would do the crime. They were just a puppet. There is a brain we're using to them. So instead of punishing the child, why not punishing the big syndicates and the adult? And you were mentioned earlier also that it should be punished and it should be, what you call that, put in the house of pag-asa, the home of pag-asa. Did you not know that the home of pag-asa, the house, balay sa paglao, is that the right term? Now, it is lack of facilities. They were not treating them fair right now. The others doesn't have food, they were just collecting child and put in there without supporting something like.
In addition to what Lorena said, actually, the survey of 2018, the House was saying that after the child was charged with criminal responsibility, they will go to the Bahay Batasa uh, slash with protection. So how can you sure they can be protected in that facility? Because according to the Human Rights Watch, the Bahay Pag-asa in Manila showed the facility was poorly run and maintained. The lack of rehabilitation center has led to many children convicted loss being detained in regular jails and detention centers along with adults. While numbers have gone down through the years, more than 800 children were still in jail as of September. And with that, the children are subjected to violence and abuse. That's around 2018.
That is why the bill must be implemented so that the so that there will be an additional or support on the Bahay Pag-asa. Unfortunately, moves have been made to improve the juvenile justice system in the Philippines, with former Interior Secretary Nelson Sarmiento calling for LGUs to improve their juvenile immigration programs. Together with this call, the Juvenile Justice Welfare Council released guidelines for local government units to follow to develop a comprehensive local juvenile intervention program. These guidelines include budget allocation, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the CLGIP. In addition, under the law, LGUs were required to put up and manage intervention and support centers called the Bahay Pag-asa. These are 24-hour child care institutions established, funded, and managed to provide residential care for children in conflict with the law.
I'll add on that. You said the LG allocated or allotted a percentage to improve the Bahay Pag-asa. Well, the data from the Ateneo de Manila University Human Rights Center showed only 4% of LGUs appointed licensed social workers. Meanwhile, only 53% of LGUs have allocated 1% of their internal revenue allotment to strengthen local councils to prevent the Bahay Pag-asa. So, PG, the Bill Justice Welfare Center stated, stated that there are only 63 rehabilitation centers nationwide, 55 LG operated, none non-operational, and 3 operated non-governmental organizations. But even if existing, not all youth detention facilities are ready to take care of children. So probably they will end up in jail.
Let it be understood that for the present bill, we are not putting these children in jail, but in a reformative situation to correct their ways and bring them back to the community. They are not branded as criminals, but children in conflict with the law. Reformative institution do not punish individuals, but instead they are established to help the children to be integrated back to the community after they have committed criminal acts. Moreover, our neighboring countries and developed nations have enriched into law comparable minimum ages of criminal responsibility. This includes Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, South Korea, Japan, United States, England, and Switzerland. The measure is part of comprehensive trust to address the gaps in the Philippine criminal justice system, alongside efforts to modify criminal penalties and create additional courts to declare the system.
Can you give us an information about what you stated on the other country about the lowering the age? Do you have information? much information that you can share to us about the country that you say in the world.
Those countries as doing this lowering age already. So by that, our country too are also planning to do the same with that situation. And we believe that our country can have a budget for that if they have allocating this bill.
Now, you said that we have to do what the other country did. Will you please cite an example or a situation right now that can you see is there not any criminal in the streets? The child criminal? Because you said that you're going to give him a what do you call that? Lowering the age. Now what will happen to our country? Do we have peace? And did we commit peace right now? Because is there not no syndicate at all? No robbery at all caused by the child? None, right? See? Even our legislators give that law to lower the case, to lower the age of the criminality, but the truth, as I say on my eyes and as I calculate in my own little brain, that it is just a cover up of their faults in the law. Because in 1997, as I read the RA 94 that was in the time of President Cory Aquino, that was implemented already. It is a Republic Act. And lately, they proposed to lower and they gave it as the Bill of Rights.
Okay, our rebuttal time has ended. And now let's proceed to our open question from our critic managers. So timer for 20 minutes. Questioning starts now. So you may stand if you have questions.
The age of criminal responsibility is the age in which a child is considered by law to have understood that
One
their
mas na
actions
ka
were
ng
wrong and can
affirmative
face criminal charges.
kanang
So, Ms.
gusto sila
Kim,
ipasa.
please answer
Ha?
my
Gusto sila
question.
mo baba.
How can you say
Oh.
that lowering the criminal age is a violence against children?
Well, clearly it's a violence against children because you are charging children a criminal responsibility. It is an abuse to them, and children should be protected, and that's under the Article 7610 that provides stronger protection against child abuse, deterioration, discrimination, and other forms of that. So clearly, it is a child abuse because why child abuse? Because after charging them, what happened to them? You're going to put them in a private as of lucky, and because it's lucky, you are going to put it in jail. So you will be going to in one cell there are adults there, so they are subjected to violence. So that's what I call that's against that's violence against children.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to address this question to the first speaker from the affirmative side. So let me get this straight. All in our lives, we treat them as a children, but if they do something